Hello, this is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Herbert von Karajan and the Berlin Philharmonic's most embarrassing release ever, and possibly my favorite. Here it is. Are you ready? Can you guess what it is? It's special. I promise it's special. It was so horrifying that it kind of disappeared quickly, and it's very hard to find, and no one ever mentions it. It's like having the mad wife in the attic, from the Victorian novel. It's that good. It's the musical equivalent of that sort of plot mechanism, and here it is. Ready, set, look at this. Prussian and Austrian military marches with Karajan and the Berlin Philharmonic. I mean, have they no sense of irony? None whatsoever? It really blows my mind. I keep this filed under N in my collection for reasons I'm sure you can guess, but the title I always gave this was Nazis on Parade. I thought that was more appropriate, but it's 2 discs, and you just look at the titles and the imagination runs wild. Let's go through the contents, shall we? First, there's Beethoven's York March. Okay, it's Beethoven. What are you going to do? Then the Torgau March, wherever a Torgau is. Then You, My Austria. Oh, yes, Berlin wants you, my Austria, and they're going to get you, too. I mean, I can't even go there. It's too wonderful. Then there's Under the Flag of Caprice and the Great Elector's Cavalry. Oh, this is one of my favorites. The Entry into Paris. Oh, yes. I wonder who was entering into Paris and what they were doing when they got there, don't you? This is just delightful. Under the Double Eagle. And then there's the Emperor's Marksman, then the Florentine March. Okay, it's Fuchik, we all know that one. And then the Finnish Cavalry March. Who knew? Those Finnish cavalry, you got to watch out for them. The Königgrätz March, the Children of the Regiment. So that's where he got the idea of using kids, huh? And then Vienna Forever, and ever, and ever, and ever. Just ask. Fanfare, the Crusaders. Then there's the St. Petersburg March. See, while Shostakovich was in Leningrad writing the Leningrad Symphony during the blockade and siege, they were playing the St. Petersburg marches. They were marching on St. Petersburg. Oh my God, it's too much. That's disc 1. Disc 2. In disc 2, we get the Fair-Berliner Cavalry March, whatever that is, the Pappenheim March, the Hoch- und Deutsch-Meister March. Do you think that anything with the words Deutsch and Meister in the same sentence should be on an album from Herbert von Karajan, fresh from his denazification, and the Berlin Philharmonic? I mean, it's just, oh God, I love this. Then there's the Wendebona March, whatever that is, and the Hohenfriedberg March, and the Archduke Albrecht March, the Tyrolean Woodcutter Lads. We all know what those Tyrolean Woodcutter Lads were up to, don't we? Oh, yes, indeedy. Then there was the Glory of Prussia. Good Lord, the Glory of Prussia. And then the Coburg March, and the March Corinthian Songs. Quite charming. One of those appeared in Berg's Violin Concerto, I think. And then, the Bosnians are coming. I mean, really, the Bosnians are coming. Isn't that nice? The Bosnians are coming. And then the March Fredericus Rex, King Frederick, and then Old Comrades, and the March from the Gypsy Baron, and the end is the Radetzky March. But the best is second from the end on disc number 2. It's the Nibelungen March by Gottfried Sontag. The Nibelungen March consists of all of your favorite leitmotifs from Wagner's Ring, and arranged in march format. It goes like bum ba bum bum ba da ba 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 da 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 dum ba dum ba da dum bum ba dum bum ba da, and then at the end it goes da ba bum bum ba dum bum ba, crash boom. It's so wonderful. It brings out all of that tastelessness and vulgarity that you really knew was always there in Wagner's music, but it was hidden behind a patina of orchestral wizardry and philosophical seriousness, but not in Sontag's Nibelungen March. It's all there, all out in the open. So I don't know where you're going to find this thing. I mean, when I found it, I snatched it up instantaneously because I knew it was going to be a collector's item. Of course, this stuff is in those huge Karajan boxes, very, very discreetly hidden away somewhere. Hopefully, you won't notice it, because I just have a sense that at some point in its corporate life, someone at Deutsche Grammophon took a second look at this thing, right, and said, holy crap, what have we done? And that was the last anyone ever saw of it. So here it is, if you can find it. Prussian and Austrian marches with Herbert von Karajan and the Berlin Philharmonic. It's a scandal. It's the juiciest thing. And I mean, okay, if you have no sense of history whatsoever, you may take this seriously. But if possibly you've been to school at some point in your life and you took a course maybe in 20th century history and know something about what was going down there in Central Europe between about 1900 and 1945, shall we say, then this collection is going to be the party record to end all party records. I promise you. So listen carefully, keep on listening, folks, and enjoy Nazis on Parade with Herbert von Karajan and the Berlin Philharmonic. Take care.